Welcome back, everybody, to episode 102 of Off the Field Podcast. If you're watching the video version, you can already tell things look a little different. That seat's empty. Mobo is not here. Now, Mobo is one of my best friends. He's a great co-host of mine. Off the Field is not off the field without Mobo. But I just felt like we were going to make some changes going into Season 3. Welcome to Season 3, by the way. And I just got to say, content creating is tough. It's a very hard world, especially if you have other aspects of life that you're trying to juggle. Me, it is my career. It is what I do. And all my time is spent not only doing the podcast, but also handling my channel. And I just felt like I needed some help carrying that weight. And I had a talk with Mobo. I just let him know, like, hey, I think coming up for Season 3, we might swap and do some different things. And that's what's going to happen. So I talked to him. He was cool with it. I made sure I let him know what was going to be happening. And I would love to have Mobo back in very soon to have his own episode, to let him tell you guys about everything. And that means we got a new co-host for Season 3 of Off the Field Podcast. You do know him. You've known him for years now. And here he is, coming in to the frame as we speak. I'll keep talking until he's on the mic. But Captain America will be my co-host in Season 3, Off the Field Podcast, episode 102, his debut as a host. How are you, and how does it feel?
Very, very different. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm feeling everything.
Yeah, it does feel weird. If we're being transparent with all of you, it feels very weird.
Yeah. I remember you told me, like, are you interested? I'm all like, yeah. And literally pulling up the driveway, I told you, like, yeah, this doesn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like
you've been on as a guest, 4 times, something like that.
Around there.
But coming in as somebody who's like handling the other half of Off the Field Podcast, it has a different vibe, especially when I'm only used to Mobo being that other half.
Yeah,
it's very strange. So,
but I'm excited. You know?
Yeah.
I'm obviously not trying to replace Mobo either.
Yeah, that's not the goal or anything. No. It's like I said, in this world of content creating, if not all of your focus is on it, it's a very tough thing to juggle all the time, very constant, and it's just a hard thing to maneuver when you got your foot in other doors. And my foot is all in the content creating door because that's my world. That's what I do. And I just felt like, let's try something, Season 3. And I definitely have no ill will towards Mobo. There's no problems at all. If anybody's going to start thinking things or making things up in their head, none of that. I don't want to hear any of that. I don't want to see any of that in the comments. That's not the case. But Captain America is stepping in, filling those shoes. And a lot happened. We obviously went on our break after Season 2, which was January 23rd. We are currently filming on March 24th, which is my grandpa's birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday.
And he turned 79. Happy birthday. And I'm very happy that he is still here with us because he's been fighting through doctors and hospitals for 2 years. And the fact that he's still here, still with us, celebrating his birthday, is something I'm very grateful for. So love you, Grandpa. Happy birthday. But yeah, that's like 2 months of no Off the Field, I believe.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So obviously, Off the Field had its break. The world didn't stop spinning.
No, it did not.
Things happened. So we got to address a lot of those things that did happen during that break.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get started with Luka Doncic getting traded. Luka, big trade. L.A. Luka Don. A. Reeves and LeBron, the real big three. Sorry, LeBronify is taking over my world right now.
I'm sorry. I prefer BBL.
BBL Drizzy?
Yeah. Bronny, and Luka.
Oh.
Well, what were you talking about?
BBL Drizzy.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, Luka being a Laker is still surreal to me. And I think it'd be great to share our stories of how we all found out Luka became a Laker. We were in the same spot.
Literally, right after softball, too.
Yeah. We go out to eat. We're at Islands, for all you Islands connoisseurs. And I have Art on my right. Were you on my left?
Not directly to your left.
Zay was on my left?
Zay was on your left, and then I was to the left of Zay, so yeah, like that.
And Art just goes, Luka's on the Lakers. And I'm like,
we're all confused.
I'm like, huh?
Yeah, I was very confused because I'm eating.
Yeah.
You know? But
Yeah.
Art said that him and Alan just looked at each other.
Yeah, they both went like, yeah, no way.
Yeah. And then they were all excited, like, look to the Lakers.
Yeah.
And everybody's figuring out, like, huh?
Yeah.
What's going on? And so it was crazy. Like, you know, especially with the details that we found out after.
Yeah, no more AD.
No more AD.
They traded AD because they needed change. Still on LeBronify. My God, man. I went to go look up the Lakers standings right now to see how things have been since we got Luka. Mm-hmm. And we lost to the Magic today, dude. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Orlando Magic.
Hey, that's a bop,
Magic.
It is
a bop.
Magic. We currently sit fourth in the standings, which, you know, is fine. But we are on a losing streak. But
God.
Me and Art went to Luka's debut, which when we traded for Luka, he was still injured. So we had to wait for him to come back. We had to wait for those tickets to be sure that it was the game he was going to come back. And that energy is back at Laker games. It feels like early 2000s, Kobe, Pau Gasol, and I have no memory of Kobe and Shaq. I know they were dominant, but I was not retaining basketball at that age. But that energy, it feels so good back at Staples Center. I don't know how it is now after losing horribly to the Bulls. And
that was that was sad. What was it, 35 points around there?
145 to 116 or something like that. And bad. We just lost 118 to 106 to the Magic.
Paolo going off.
I guess so, man. But damn, and that sucks because we have Braun back. So like,
and Bronny.
Yeah, and Bronny.
He put up 17 not too long ago.
I know.
So
I know he's growing.
So, what are your thoughts with the Lakers and especially with OKC? You know, still being at the forefront.
Say OKC? Oh, yeah, because they're like the best team right
exactly,
now.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? We're talking about Luka.
You know, with OKC.
I don't know. I mean, from what I see, like I said, I'm in basketball, but like my foot's not all the way in basketball. I like it. I enjoy basketball. I enjoy watching. I want my team to do good. But, you know, like other teams I don't really pay as much attention to until playoffs. I know Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is like killing it.
I think he's the front runner for MVP.
Either him or Nikola again.
Yeah.
I feel like Nikola might have secured it after that 30-20-20 game he had.
Oh, yeah. A 30-20-20, yeah. 70 plus RPA or PRA.
Yeah, he might get it again. Not gonna lie.
It's a toss-up at this point.
Yeah. And so with them up there, that's definitely a threat, but they don't have a lot of playoff experience.
No.
Luka was just in the finals. So Luka knows what it takes to get there.
Yeah.
And no beers after winning this time, Luka. And if you need to be on that weight loss schedule, I got you, man.
But let him vape. Let him keep vaping.
No vaping.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, who else is ahead of us right now? Obviously, the Thunder. The Nuggets are in third place. In second place, we have the Rockets.
Houston?
Yeah.
As in Dylan Brooks, Houston?
Sure.
Didn't he sign that 4-year deal after Memphis?
Yeah, that's crazy though. That I had no idea the Rockets were that good this season.
I had no idea. I don't watch basketball, but you know, I still keep up.
Yeah, exactly.
Somewhat.
Yeah, like I usually know who the bad teams are and the good teams are, but I had no clue the Rockets were up there. Congrats, because I know you guys were like in the dumpster a few years ago.
And what about Dallas, though, after that trade? Have you seen how Dallas has looked now, though?
10th place.
But not only that, but they're one less player away from
having
the team
to
having to forfeit games.
AD just came back today.
Wow.
I mean, it helps.
I mean, not a lot, but you're right. It does help.
It helps. But, yeah, that's pretty crazy. More sports news that happened during our break. The Super Bowl. Super Bowl. That was a big game. The Chiefs and the Eagles. The Chiefs looking for that three-peat. Eagles said no.
Not today.
And there were two birthdays being played on that day, Saquon Barkley and Cooper DeJean. You would think the guy who's on offense would have got the birthday tud. No, Cooper DeJean got it.
That was an incredible game. You got to make a vlog about it. Tell us about that.
Every year, Super Bowl party vlog. It's always somewhere.
Yeah.
There's been one at my house. There's been one at Jeff's house. This one was at Gabe's house. There's been one at Bobby's house. There's always one, and they're always a lot of fun. Bobby was getting crunk in that one, so you should go watch it. Every tutty, Bobby was drinking a Buzzball, which is not like Bobby.
Bobby and crunk are two things that don't deserve to be in the same sentence.
He said in the video, I'm getting crunk tonight.
Well, there you go. Yeah, but that was a great game, by the way.
It was. I mean, if we're actually saying like as a game,
yeah.
Oh, I would say no, because
Really?
the Eagles destroyed them.
Yeah, but okay, well, as an anti-Chiefs fan,
Yeah.
great game.
Yeah, great game. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're looking for a close game, I do agree.
Like if you're just talking about the game, it was not a good game. The Chiefs were embarrassed, which I'm fine with, and the halftime show is something that also had a lot of people talking. Kendrick Lamar, a lot of people were like, can he even carry a halftime show? I think the answer was yes.
He 100% did.
Mm-hmm. And if you're still on Team Drake, you have to be brainwashed.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to come back from that.
Mm-hmm. Say Drake. That was hilarious when he smiled straight at the camera.
Oh, he knew.
Hilarious.
He knew it.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And Samuel Jackson being there too as Uncle Sam. That was great.
That was great.
Mm-hmm. That was a good play. And SZA, she killed it.
Serena Williams also made a cameo.
Yeah, she crip walked.
Yeah.
Yeah. On
Drake's ex,
the
right?
Super Bowl halftime show. What?
Drake's ex. Apparently,
What?
Drake and Serena Williams had a fling.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then so that's why he brought her out, because not only is she from like the same area, but like, bringing his ex girl, and she's crip walking
During
at
that
his
song.
exactly. You go like, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
A new softball series has hit my channel. That's some more sports talk for you guys. Obviously, we do softball on Dodger Films. We have been for 10 years.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. When this podcast goes up, our 10th opening day will come out. Our 10th on-season opening day. It took me a while to process that in my head because we just had our 10th championship. But I was like, how can we have our 10th championship if we just had our 10th opening day? Because we started with the off season.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's why that 10 comes first. And then it'll be our 10th opening day, which is up now, I'm assuming.
10 years, man.
Yeah.
The actual 10-year anniversary is what?
It doesn't feel like it, dude.
It doesn't.
No. I feel like I'm in my prime of softball, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're in the swing of things right now. Like, everyone's having fun. Everyone's good, I would say, for the most part.
Yeah, like, what's crazy is that I think, let's see, how old is Lumpy? 12?
11? Turning
11?
12?
That's, 90% of his life right there? Just softball?
Yeah.
That is crazy to think about.
Yeah. Only 3 of his years were not spent playing softball.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, that is wild. Yeah.
But yeah, no, 10 years, man. We definitely got to do something special. We definitely got to do something special for this year.
Like what? What do you have in mind?
I don't know. Just like a party, I guess, or
Yeah.
like a celebration of all the current players who are playing today.
Game 11, first season.
Yeah.
Game 3?
3.
Game 3,
I'm one
first
of
season.
the most tenured players there for sure. After Javi.
I think just Javi now.
Javi, non-captain wise, yeah, Javi, and then I'm tied.
Yeah, not counting Bobby and Benny.
Obviously.
Come on.
Me, Kirsch, and I keep forgetting who's the other
Jeff?
person. Was he at game 3?
I don't know if it was game 3, but he was there before me. I think Jeff was game 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But me and Kirsch, and I know I'm gonna forget. I know this person's gonna get mad, but yeah, me.
Shortsy.
I think it was Shortsy. We're like longest tenure players, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm. And then I was game 11, and then any other OGs are probably after me. I can't think of anybody else in my head, but yeah. So we have our opening day softball coming out today, and on my channel, I do monthly softball specials now that you guys should go check out. We've already done January, February, and March. They all have a theme for the month. So January was New Year's Blast, New Year. That's the theme. February was Valentine's theme. It was Love on the Field. March was St. Patrick's Day. That was Softball's Lucky Day. And we should be filming our April special coming up very soon. So go subscribe. Check out those fun softball games. Meet some new players that you haven't really laid eyes on yet. We got some people there with talent, like Nikki B.
Nikki B. We got Nikki J.
Nikki J,
and there's just straight up Nick.
Archie can swing it.
Archie can. Oh my god, I get scared every time he goes up to bat, man.
Yeah.
Especially playing first base and him as a lefty.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's and plus we just had Taka.
Yeah, we did just have talk in the March special. We got some dogs that play in those softball games, so go check them out. Also, with softball swapping to baseball, MLB The Show has released MLB The Show 25, spending their 20th anniversary of MLB The Show.
Crazy.
Time just keeps flying. And I was reached out to by San Diego Studios MLB The Show for the first time. If you are loyal to anybody that plays MLB The Show, I'm sure you've seen one of your favorite creators get a box on opening day, and they are sent all these cool things by San Diego Studios. They get the game, they do giveaways, and your boy, he was always grinding. He was like, maybe one day I'll get that call. And I got that call, and they reached out. They sent me, I don't even know if it's in frame, but right above Cap's head, there's like this light. I actually can turn it on. Give me a second.
Oh.
Here you go.
Oh,
I don't know. I hope that's in frame. I have no idea if that's in frame.
But that is hot. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
it is pretty sick. They sent me a T-shirt. They sent me one of the cover athletes autograph baseball, because they did 3 cover athletes this year, which had everybody going crazy when they were teasing it. Because who announced first? First it was Ellie. And everyone thought he leaked it. Everyone's like, oh, this guy just screwed up.
Yeah.
And then Paul
Skeen
came.
I think it was Gunner, actually.
Oh, yeah, because everyone thought it was going to be all shortstops.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, wait, but Gunner just made a video. And then I think everybody at that point was like, is it all shortstops? And even I was like, Bobby Witt up next?
Yeah, I was actually hoping for Bobby Witt, because obviously he's one of the players that deserves it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Big Bobby Witt fan, if you didn't know.
Hi, that's me.
And then the final one was Paul Skeens. And everyone was like, what is going on? Who's the cover athlete? It was all 3 of them. So,
surprisingly, the first time ever.
Yeah. And they sent everybody who got a package in autographed baseball, one of those cover athletes, and I got Paul Skeens. Honestly, of the 3, I think I would have wanted that one the most.
Yeah, Paul Skeens, Orange County kid, the hottest pitcher in baseball right now.
Oh, yeah.
Autographed.
Hey, Wemby, you got jump ball tonight.
I know, basically, right? Opening day starter.
Yeah.
I mean, I was basically
everyone. Yeah, come on. Paul Skeens, opening day starter for the Pirates. ABC, water is wet, bro. Like,
I don't know. Bailey Falter got robbed, but
Bailey Falter, my God.
But yeah. By the way, you got a package. I want to give you your flowers, because you've been grinding on this game. You've been a big fan of this game for many, many years now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's finally time that you got recognized by San Diego Studios and MLB The Show. Obviously, one of the best to do it, and so congratulate you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It was 9 years of like waiting and honestly seeing other people that you're like, really
questionable calls, but like I said,
you're like, okay, no, it's fine.
Exactly. But once again, congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir. And you don't even have the game yet, do you?
No, I don't, because it's like a love-hate relationship.
It is.
Big fan of the content that MLB The Show always puts out when it comes to Legends.
Which there's a lot this year.
Yeah.
They stacked Legends this year.
They added like people like Manny Ramirez, Hank Greenberg, just to name a few.
Yeah, and to keep putting people in that conversation of Legend, Darren O'Day.
Oh my God, Angel Great.
They actually did bring.
They did. They did. But
yeah, the game itself, though, from what I can tell, all of you as the only one who has played it on the mics currently, the gameplay feels pretty much the same. I like the new throwing meter a little better. I think the hitting engine could be tweaked a little bit, which I feel like that's always the case at the beginning of the year. There's always something with the hitting that people don't like. There's new swim moves, which I've only done once, and I was successful, so I'm batting 1,000 on swim moves.
Hall of Fame numbers. And
there's new game modes. Diamond Quest is pretty fun.
I think Franchise also got revamped as well.
I remember seeing trailers about it. I haven't touched it yet.
Okay.
But yeah, and having these new guys in the game like Manny Ramirez, Roger Clemens, it's good to see them, and I hope that means we're on the path, on the walkway to Barry Bonds.
I mean, he did just sign Topps cards, Barry Bonds, not too long ago.
I feel like he's trying to get his name in a good grace in baseball again, because he got inducted into the Pirates Hall of Fame. He did Topps, I feel, and he was on the broadcast for the Rick Wood game last year. I feel like he's trying to get his face back out there and be like, hey, remember how good I am?
Yeah, I mean, people obviously didn't like what he did.
Yeah.
But he was always a great player. Never really tried to harm anybody when it comes to like the way he played. But I personally would love to see Barry Bonds in the game.
So would I.
The closest we got to him was Reggie Stalker.
Yeah.
In the game, which OG MLB The Show fans would remember Reggie Stalker.
Basically, if you don't know Reggie Stalker, Barry Bonds wouldn't give his name rights to the video games. So they were like, well, what do we do with the player of Barry Bonds in that lineup spot when we make the game? They basically made Barry Bonds look, but they couldn't give him the name Barry Bonds. So they gave him Reggie Stalker. And there was one more. It was Reggie Stalker, and there was another name they gave him. I don't remember the other one.
I don't remember. The only thing I can remember was Joe Random. And then they changed it to Pepe Alazar.
Yeah.
Which is, interesting. But, like I said, I would love to see him
They also brought back evolution cards, which I love. My God. Which I knew when I told him that. He was like, they brought them back?
Dude, I remember you would start with like a bronze or a common, and then you get the hitting stats or pitching stats with them. You accumulate them, and then boom. Turns into the diamond
and Bobby Abreu's in this game too, and I love when they bring back players, and I'm good with that player.
Oh my God!
They brought back Bobby Abreu, and I'm killing it with Bobby Abreu. So I love that I'm doing well with him. I'm not doing too well with Manny, which I hate because I want to do well with Manny.
Yeah, well, Howard's hitting says I saw he was like
80 power, contact. But he's only an 88. There's going to be like a 99.
There's going to be a God Squad version of Manny at some point. Yeah.
But it's awesome seeing Manny and MLB The Show again. Who would be up next? A-Rod?
A-Rod would be cool. I know during his playing days, people didn't really like him. But nowadays, when it comes to broadcasting and Timberwolves owner, people like him. So
I do feel like there's a few more stepping stone players we have to do before we get to Barry Bonds. Like, I feel like Manny was definitely one of those stepping stone players. And I feel like A-Rod might be one, and then
Roger Clemens is actually a good one too, because of his obstacles that he faced, with the media and stuff. So he was another stepping stone too. So I'm looking forward to it if and when it happens.
Yeah, so I definitely have MLB The Show content coming out for all of you to check out, of course, on the Austin Kleschka channel. And speaking of that cover athlete whose autograph I got, there was another autograph on a baseball card of Paul Skeens that broke some news.
That's right, yeah.
So if you're not aware, all-star rookies wear a patch on their sleeve that says MLB debut. They wear it in their debut game, and then as soon as that debut game's over, Top says, hey, can I see that jersey? I'd like to cut out that patch.
No, it's not all-star rookies. It's any rookie.
Rookie.
Anybody making their major league debut.
Okay, any rookie.
Goes to anybody.
I thought it was only big names.
No.
But yeah, so basically they grab them by the neck and they say, I'm going to need that patch. And then they cut it off their shoulder and they put it in a card.
Yep.
And there were a few that were pulled before Paul Skeens. I'm trying to think of some. You probably know some.
There's obviously Wyatt Langford, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Ellie was 23 actually. But yeah, a bunch of basically, if you made your debut late in 23 or early in 24, that patch gets put into a trading card called into a set called Topps Chrome Update. So that was the big one that people were chasing for, Paul Skeens. And
there's still some floating around today.
There are still some. And they go for a good amount of chunk change. Even no names that left the league easily go for like $3-4 grand, which is crazy. And
the newest one probably is Roki Sasaki that I'm sure people are going to be looking for. But that Paul Skeens one, everyone knew that the MLB debut patch was a card and a thing, but everyone knew that Paul Skeens hadn't been pulled yet because there's only one of every player. Every debut patch is one of that player. So that Paul Skeens one was floating around. Everyone's like, okay, we got to get crazy about this Paul Skeens card now. Pirates offered $30K, a softball game with coaches of former Pirates players. Livy Dunn would let you sit in her suite with her.
Yeah, I don't think actual money was talked about, but I do know it was 30 years of season tickets.
That's what 30 was in my head.
Yeah, behind home plate. You're right, Livy Dunn. I think it was 2 signed Paul Skeens jerseys.
Yeah.
Softball game with Pirates coaching and alumni.
Yeah.
So many incentives offered, but it wasn't enough.
There was the other route where, auction houses were like, sell it with us and you'll get a lot of money. And boy, did they get a lot of money.
Quite a bit.
It was actually kind of local. Somebody from like Santa Monica area, right?
I wasn't sure specifically where, but they just said in the LA area.
Somewhere in California, pretty local. So they got it, and they sold that thing for $1.1 million.
$1.1 million. PSA 10. The condition of the card 10. The condition of the auto 10.
They got it graded. It came back 10.
Double 10.
Wow.
Double 10.
Damn.
And pulled by an 11-year-old.
I know. Yeah. What's with all the kids like all of a sudden getting all the big come ups with baseball? Freddie Freeman's walk-off grand slam was caught by a kid, and then Paul Skeen's one-of-one card was pulled by a kid.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, they're getting all these crazy big things. I couldn't even process if something like that happened to me at that age. But yeah, I mean, after 1.1 mil, what's that come down to in California? They're probably realistically after taxes.
After tax, maybe like 600.
That's still a bag.
6 to 7 around that range.
That's still a bag.
Yeah, and
I also screw taxes, man.
I know, man.
I'm just about to finish mine like this week or next week, and God, I hate doing taxes every year.
It's always one of the 2 guarantees in life.
Yeah, death and taxes, and a Mike Trout injury. I hope not. I hope, please. I take that back.
But yeah, that Paul Skeens is that kid who found it. I think he's gonna be set.
Oh, he'll be set.
He's got unlimited lunch money.
Or he has really bad parents, and they're gonna waste it all.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not, kid. You pulled the card. Hopefully your parents are nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy what cards can really go for these days. What really anything can go for these days.
Oh, and did you ever find out who the winner of the auction was?
No.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, yeah. You told me this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dick's Sporting Goods spent all that money to do what with it?
They're apparently going to put it in display in like an HQ or in one of their big stores out there in Pittsburgh. So,
yeah. 1.1 mil to display a card.
Hey, if you think about it, it's quite a flex.
It is. But it like is yeah, I don't know.
And it's an investment too. So
yeah, because Paul Skeens has just only began, so that card could be worth way more by the time Paul Skeens is done.
Exactly.
And we're gonna shift sports here, depending on your opinion of the topic, to wrestling. I consider it a sport. I think they're more athletic than any of the big 4 sports. To be a wrestler is a lot, especially as personality and athleticism.
Yeah.
Takes more than baseball.
Yeah, 100%. Physically and mentally draining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you don't think of it as a sport, then you're crazy. It literally is called sports entertainment. But the softball crew, we all went to an AEW show, our first one ever. It was AEW Revolution in the Staples Center with, like 20 plus of us? Something
around
like that.
20 plus, yeah. Crypto.com Arena,
mm-hmm. This guy.
I mean, if we're being technical.
I'm still calling Oracle Park Oracle Park. I'm not calling it whatever the hell it is now. I'm still calling Minute Maid, whatever the hell it is now. Yeah, Minute Maid changed its name. I have no clue what it is now.
Oh, are you talking about a Steinbrenner field?
No, Minute Maid, where the Astros play.
Oh, they changed it?
Yes.
To what?
I don't know. But because I heard a TikTok of somebody say it's not Minute Maid anymore, and I was like, "What? I'm still calling it Minute Maid."
I have yet to know what it is.
I hope you don't find out, because then every time I call it Minute Maid, you're going to correct me. So,
well, wait, we'll get there when we get there.
No, we don't have to. But we went to this AEW show because there were some other content creators there that knew us.
Yeah,
and that was Big Boom AJ and Big Justice, the Costco guys.
Which is still crazy.
Yeah, I don't think we really, going into the show, believed like how much they actually knew us.
Yeah, we just thought like casual fans watching it growing up and then eventually tune out.
Yeah, because if you didn't know, the dad, AJ,
Big Boom,
is a part of AEW. He's actually a wrestler with them full time now.
I think part-time.
Part-time.
Because he still has to do collabing with
yeah. Well, he's with the company.
Yeah.
It's not just
he's signed to the company.
Yeah, there you go. He's not just like an appearance anymore. Like, he is under a contract, and yeah, he's a wrestler for AEW, and we saw him and his son and the Rizzler go out with Orange Cassidy. That's his name, correct?
Cassidy,
Orange Cassidy against Eminem, the male models. And
the male models, yeah.
And Johnny TV, Johnny Nitro, John Morrison, whatever you know him as.
Yeah.
And they had a tag match. We saw a power boom from Big Justice.
Big Justice delivering a power bomb to Mansoor.
Power boom.
Sorry, power boom to Mansoor.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and crazy to me because it clicked in my mind. That wasn't the first time I saw Mansoor. I randomly saw Mansoor wrestle in Lucha in Mexico last year.
Yeah.
Him and a couple AEW guys. Who's the guy that spins people when he's bald? Cesaro.
Claudio Castagnoli.
Okay, well, that's his AEW name.
Because he's in AEW.
Cesaro. Saw him, and then, we watched the show, which was actually a really good show, if I'm being honest. I could not tell if it was because we were there, if we thought that, but then I started seeing opinions online saying, this was actually a dope pay-per-view. I was like, okay, so it wasn't just us. But I'm trying to think of, like, highlight moments. Obviously, their tag match. The steel cage match was insane.
With
Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. Very, very great match.
Yeah, the women put on a great match. Who was it? The champ, Tony Storm
and
Mariah May. They had like this no DQ Hollywood ending kind of match thing. Ricochet and Swerve had a great match.
Gabe loved Swerve a lot.
Dude, the whole shtick of, I forget what it's, Swerve when I drive. That's what it is. Swerve when I drive. Yeah, that was awesome. And I'm glad to see the people who weren't actually physically there were saying the pay-per-view was good because it felt amazing being there in person. And then we got the text that it was time to go. And we had to all be at the same place to meet up with the Costco guys. And we got to go walk on the floor post-show, seeing everything get taken down and, ready to go to the next city. And we got taken to this tunnel. When we got to that tunnel, did you know they were in there? I didn't think we were there yet.
I didn't. I thought we were going to go in a room.
So did I.
Yeah.
So we walk into this tunnel, which I'm assuming is like where players run out and everything when there's like a Laker game or something. And like he said, I thought we were going to a spot and we'd be put there until they came to us.
Exactly, yeah.
And then we just walked down this hallway and you're like, there! And I'm like, oh, they're right here.
Yeah.
And so they're like meeting everybody. And there's a clip of me where he's like, Spidey! And I have a clip of him.
Wow.
Let me just say, Big Boom AJ's favorites. He didn't say who his favorites were.
But you could see and tell.
If I had to guess who his favorites were, it was him and Art.
Which is so weird.
Yeah. He went down the line to everybody, and I've said this and broken this down as I've told this story to friends and family. There's a totem pole at softball. You, the fans, know it. You have your people that you put on a pedestal and get the most popularity, have the most likes and everything. You got the people who don't get the most attention. I'll let you leave that up to your interpretation. But that's how it works. That's how it's viewed, and that's how YouTube is, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, there's people where it's like, okay, they're going to know who that is. And there's some people where it's like, they might have to be like, hey, I'm so-and-so if you don't recognize me.
Yeah, I remember Kirsch was telling Big Justice.
Well, Kirsch to me is pretty high up on this totem pole in my head, but Kirsch looks so different.
Right.
So most fans don't recognize him anymore.
Compared to our prime, yeah.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch for a while, you probably wouldn't know.
You think he's a new person.
Exactly.
Yeah. But he gets to Lil Kirsch, Big Justice,
the son, yeah.
And he's like, Lil Kirsch. And he's like, I know.
Yeah, which is crazy because,
yeah,
like you just explained, but it was crazy that
but
he knew.
The one that blew my mind even more, which shows me they watch till this day, because if we're going to be transparent again, we know when people were watching the most.
Of course,
yeah. And we know how it is today. And so T-Mobile's behind Kirsch, and he goes, T-Mobile, and he goes, I know, you do the scoreboard. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
That means he watches the last game we posted, because that's what T-Mobile does. T-Mobile controls the scoreboard. And so I was like, damn, they're still locked in. They're still tapped into the videos. And then he would drop info or knowledge about a game from 2017. I'm like, oh, so you've been tapped in and you're still tapped in.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And he knew everybody. Nobody had to introduce themselves. Big Justice knew who every single person was. Big AJ, the dad, honestly might have been more of a fan than Big Justice. He knew who everyone was. He bear hugged Cap multiple times. What was that feeling to you, being one of his most loved?
I personally was just shocked because, we've been playing for almost 10 years now. And the fact that them, father and son duo on social media, blowing up as big as they are, being fans of us, us compared to them, we're probably like microscopic if you think about it. And the fact that he said, "Hey, it's you, Cav," and he just opened his big muscly arms and hugged me. I was like,
if you want a full visual of that exact clip is in my vlog of that day. So you can see exactly what he's talking about if you want to.
Yeah, and Big Justice, I think it was Jeff in front of me.
Speaking of Jeff, Cowboy Jeff just went live on TikTok.
Oh my God.
As we speak.
Stop the pod.
Stop the pod. We got to stop it right now.
No, but Big Justice.
Stop the pod for a Jeff live. Ooh, come on. Anyway.
So Big Justice says what's up to Hershey. Jeff is in front of me and he goes, "Hey, what's up, man?" He's after Jeff. We lock eyes and he goes, "Captain America!" And
this is the dad, by the way.
No. This is Big Justice.
Oh, Big Justice. Okay.
Big Justice. This is before I even bear hug.
I could tell you the dad did the same thing because he did.
Yeah. He looks at me and he hugs me and he almost jumped too.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my God, me? Are you sure?" And then pulls out his phone and he goes, "Can we take a selfie?" I'm all like, "With me? Yeah, dude, let's do it." Takes a picture and I'm all like, "Wow." Me.
Yeah.
It was just,
and he said it's because you guys are both first basemen. That's why he likes you so much.
Yeah, he plays first base from what I've seen in his videos. He also pitches from what I heard in the FaZe Rug Pod. But still, him being a big fan of me, because I play first and sorry, but I play the position a lot and they see me a lot at first base. And he even told me, he's like, the way you pick the balls and at first base, and I go, well, yeah, I gotta save Gabe's throw, Javi's throw, some
almost every single left side of the infield's throw.
Exactly. So, and then maybe a couple minutes later, Big Boom AJ, man, the big bear hug. I was like, oh my God, what is life right now? I texted our group chat. What is life right now?
Yeah.
And then what does Javi say? Jeff owes me $50. I'm like, oh, okay, bro, way to ruin the moment. But yeah, dude, it was honestly surreal, and
it was.
But I do want to give a thank you to Steven Canez.
Yeah, Canez,
he hooked it up big time.
Has been in contact with the Costco guys since 2022, a long time.
Yeah.
So it was a long time coming as well, and for Canez to put this offer for everybody to go, we were even talking about it, the circle that I'm with at softball and Dodger Films, we're like, there's no way he can get this many people.
Yeah, I thought maybe 4, 6 people.
Yeah, but we rolled with 22 or something,
which was crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, there's no way, because we kept finding out more people were saying yes, and I was like, dog, how?
And these people aren't even wrestling fans.
No,
but they were a fan of the Costco guys.
They were,
and made the sacrifice to go to the wrestling show, which I
enjoyed both.
Exactly, I did too. Yeah. But yeah, thank you to Canez.
Yeah, big thank you.
Big thank you. I see people like Regina, Uncle Slam, even Canez's family was excited to meet them, and big thank you to Canez for sure.
And hopefully more in the future with the Costco guys. Me and Canez were on a phone call the next day talking about that, and there could be more. I can't wait. I got Big AJ's phone number now too. Let's go.
I know. He literally told everybody in our room, hey, if you guys want my number, just ask Canez for my number. And he literally Big Boom AJ. When we were in the room, I told him hey, I'm thinking about, because Jeff, I don't know why he did it, but he's like, Cap's going to WrestleMania. I'm like, dude, that's his
the rival company.
Why would you even bring that up? And then I go, but I'm thinking about going All In Texas,
which is AEW's WrestleMania.
Yeah,
by
which
the
is
way.
their big show of the year. And then the first thing that Big Boom AJ tells me is yeah, man, if you want to go, just text me and I'll hook it up with tickets.
That reminds me, his son's birthday is coming up. I'm gonna text him, ask him if him and his son want merch. I got this merch, which you can also get. I got 10 teams out right now: Angels, Dodgers, Mets, Yankees, Phillies, Astros, Blue Jays, A's, and there's some more. But I'm also dropping 10 more today on opening day. So that's 20 teams that will be out. They're Yankee fans. So I'm going to hit them up, say, hey, on me, you and your son, what size? I got you.
And where can people find your merch?
And the link of every single Austin Kleschka video. I need to add the link to the podcast videos, but literally any Austin Kleschka video, go to the description, and it should say merch, and then there's a link. And you can get some for yourself. But yeah, from now on, those trends of, oh, who's the most famous person in your context? I literally think AJ would be my answer.
It has to be.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anybody else, but I think it's him. I don't think anybody else is above him. Like, yeah, you got it locked up, my guy.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he offered me tickets. Like, yeah, just text me or ask for my number and I'll hook it up. And Art even told me, he goes, "Are you gonna accept his offer?" I'm like, I don't know, man. I can't. I just met him. I don't want to feel like I'm abusing our friendship like that. But still, very. I think
it's an opportunity to grow the friendship even more.
I agree. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's something that we talked about potentially going to.
The nicest guy.
100%. Oh my God, so nice.
I've met a ton of people, Comic-Con, movie celebrities, athletes, so many people. Nobody has given us a nicer first interaction than AJ. He was so kind to not just me, but everybody. He took his time with every single person there, and you don't see that. You really don't, especially for somebody who's in the content creating world where everybody's trying to like thrive off of somebody else like that. The way he treated everybody and the way he wanted to meet everybody, he literally told his manager, whatever you have to do, I have to meet them. Whatever I have, cancel it. Like, nicest guy.
Took videos with everyone, and people even had requests for friends and family, loved ones. Like, can you do a video for this person and this person? And what do you think? Like 50 videos he took just with us. Who knows how many he took before?
Combined with like multiple videos for the same people, probably at least like 40 or 50.
Yeah. Which is insane. And he even asked, "Hey, let's do it. Yeah. He wasn't waiting for you to ask him. He literally insisted on it.
Dean wasn't going to do it. And then everyone was like, Dean. He's like, come on, man. And he did it with Dean.
Very, very grateful for Big Boom AJ.
Yeah.
One of the nicest people on earth, which is insane.
Real. Hope to see you again soon. And still on the topic of wrestling, I met Seth Rollins also.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins was the first wrestler I ever met, just a little bit before Big Boom AJ.
Seth freaking
Rollins. I was really hoping when they switched to Monday Night Raw on Netflix, it would have changed to Seth fucking Rollins.
Oh.
It's all right. We're far enough into the podcast to where they don't really pay attention anymore. But yeah, I got to meet him because my good friend, Tony Todd, texted me, and his text said, "Do you know wrestler Seth Rollins?" And I said, "Do I know wrestler Seth Rollins? Hell yeah, I know wrestler Seth Rollins." And he was telling me how he had the opportunity to interview him on Topps Rip Night, which happened all over the country. There were wrestlers all over. The Miz went to a card shop.
Yeah, Birmingham.
Jey Uso went to a card shop.
Gunther,
Charlotte,
Liv.
A lot of wrestlers everywhere. So he was getting to be the person interviewing Seth during this at this card shop. And he's like, "Do you want to come?" Or, well, actually, no. First, he was just like, "Tell me about him, like everything I need to know."
Yeah.
And I told him like 30 minutes. Like, here's all the important stuff. And then I'm just like waiting, like twiddling my fingers, like, "Can I come?" And then finally he goes, "Oh, and if you want to come too, you can." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I was wondering when you were going to ask." And so I got to go. And then I interviewed him with one question, which was literally the day after WWE announced WrestleMania, not this year, but next year is going to be in New Orleans. I asked him what he thought about it. He is excited. He's 2-0 at New Orleans WrestleManias, so he's looking for 3-0. He's got to get past this one first.
Yeah.
And so he was a really nice guy. He let me do a photo of him putting me in like a sleeper hold.
A headlock.
Yeah, headlock. And it was a really awesome experience, and got really close with the people at that card shop. Mitch, who runs Bullpen, Ty also. They're very good people, and I had a very good time. We actually just did a very fun video at that card shop, which came out yesterday on my main channel. So, yeah, you guys should go check that out. Overnight challenge at a card shop. Check it out.
And go to Bullpen HQ as well in El Segundo.
Yes, and if you want to follow their Instagram, if you live out of state, they rip late at night. So if you're a night owl, Bullpen LA is where you can check it out. Mitch is usually ripping. He might have just started right now.
Yeah.
He usually starts around 8 o'clock.
And
he's live right now.
And that store probably has everything.
Dog, it's They have a basketball court in their store.
I'm not only talking about that. I'm talking about the selection
product.
they have.
Yeah, product. Yeah, for sure.
I was really hoping you were gonna rip some Transcendent, but
this guy was really hoping I was gonna rip like a $700 box.
First of all, it's not 700. It's probably like 15, 20,000. Okay,
Jesus,
so get it right.
My bad.
It's okay. I forgive you.
No. I will not be doing that. But yeah, it was a great time. Seth was a great guy. And also, Wrestling Mania, it's coming up.
It is.
And we will be there. If you are not aware of that, I'm telling you right now, myself, Captain America, Red Shorts, our second Mania is coming up. We all went to WrestleMania 39, and we kept saying, if this WrestleMania, because it was rumored to be in Vegas, and it ended up being in Vegas, we kept saying, if it's West Coast, if this Vegas rumor is true, we're going.
We have to go.
Yeah, because I'm not even going to lie. After that first WrestleMania, which was my first wrestling event ever, I was like, that is the greatest experience I think I've ever seen. Like, the show, everything about it, especially if you're involved and you know the stories and you know the themes. It's one of the craziest rides that you can experience. And we all found out the news that it was going to be in Vegas, and I was like, I have to do that again. We have to. And especially knowing for me that it's John Cena's retirement tour and his last WrestleMania, I needed to be there. And so we got our tickets on pre-sale, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously, thank God.
Prices have actually lowered though. Recently.
Lower than our ticket?
Like, for example, in the 300s, which is like the front of the top.
Yeah.
They're going for like, I think like $700. I would say $700 more or less.
That's still crazy though, because I still can't believe night one, Shortsy and I sat where we sat for like $180.
And you sat next to an internet celebrity.
Yeah, Derek.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Derek from TikTok.
Yeah.
If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. I don't know their TikTok name, but his name's Derek, and he loves wrestling.
But yeah, I remember 18 months out. Like, it was rumored to be in Vegas. Yeah. Literally like 18 months before literally WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
We were all like, all right, if it does happen to be in Vegas, what's our budget? What are we looking at? Like, we're staying at the same place. Like, it was literally like a spur of the moment,
a business meeting.
It was conducted in your car, I think, too. I remember it was me, you, Shorts, and I think Mobo.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all like, all right, what's our limit? What are we doing? And yeah. Mm-hmm. Our budget slowly went up too as time went on.
Well, let's just say we'll be on the floor.
Literally on the floor.
We will. Both nights, by the way.
Both nights.
We'll be on the floor looking at the stage. Like, we're not on the sides.
Yeah,
we're going to be looking at the stage. Yeah. So if you're there, if you're going to be there, we'll be around that area. I do not know our seats in row at the top of my head, but we will be on the floor looking at the stage, which I hope is epic, because I grew up in an era, he grew up in an era where pay-per-views had crazy big stages that fit the theme of the pay-per-view, and now it's just a small TV in a tunnel, except for WrestleMania. They always ball out for WrestleMania.
They do.
And our 39 stage, I think, will go down as one of the best stages ever. It was like a whole movie set with a long ramp. It was awesome. And I can't even imagine what they're going to do for Vegas.
Oh, my God.
You could do so many crazy things for Vegas.
Yeah, easily. Poker chips, playing cards.
The cards, like the logo. You could literally, like, kind of how they did. What was the one that had the bridge? The New Jersey Mania or whatever had the bridge, remember?
29, I want to say.
Yeah, and it kind of had a little bit of the skyline of New York.
And plus, that one had the Statue of Liberty above, like, in a ring.
Yeah.
Which, that one was cool, too.
You could literally do that with Vegas. All the famous buildings in Vegas, like, there's so many things you could do.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for WrestleMania, and obviously 39 was great. But what really killed me is 40 was legendary.
One of the best.
So I was like, damn, are we really going to get 39? Great, fun. I had an awesome time. But the next year was legendary, and then are we going back to great fun? I'm going to have a good time, and 42 better not be legendary? I was worried about that until this whole John Cena, Cody Rhodes story started getting hot, and I was like, you know what? Because all I want to see is 17. If John Cena wins the title, he becomes the number one spot for world championships in WWE at 17, passing Ric Flair. He's currently tied with them. And I was like, dude, if I see that, it'll be legendary for me. I grew up as a huge John Cena fan. I still am. I don't care if he turned heel. If he turned heel, I'm turning heel. We're all turning heel. You think... I'm not going to say it. But, yeah, I will be so ecstatic. I don't care if we're supposed to boo him right now. I will be cheering heel John Cena if he wins 17. And it's looking like it could go that way. So
yeah, that definitely history making right there.
Yeah.
And we would be seeing him break that.
Yeah.
WrestleMania is going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
We're going to be gambling together.
He will be gambling.
We're going to be eating together.
That is true.
And we're probably going to do a lot of sightseeing too, probably. Hopefully we should have time.
We do have some things booked. I'm doing an escape room with Shortsy. We both love the Saw franchise. We're doing a Saw-themed escape room. I can't wait. One of the best movie themes of all time, by the way. A little sample. It's a banger. It literally gets the blood flowing. And then, speaking of food, we are all going to Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. And Shorty will be at a table with his girl. I will be at a table with Cap.
That's me.
They're going to be like, are you two? Nah.
It's a business dinner.
It's an experience. Where's Gordon?
By the way, funny enough about that reservation, I asked Shortsy, I think last night or a night before, I'm like, hey, so what time's our reservation?
Oh, I know what time it is.
And then I'm asking him like, oh, you have a reservation confirmed, right? And he goes, let me look for the email. Then he starts looking for it and he goes, I don't have it.
I have it.
I know. But before that, he goes, I don't have it. And I go, what do you mean you don't have it? You made the reservation.
Yeah.
He goes, I think I put it under Austin's email. I'm like,
he did. Well, he put it under my phone number. I couldn't find the email. Yeah. But I have a text. So I know we're doing those for sure.
And WWE World.
I was about to say that. Monday, we will both be there for sure. WWE World's like Wrestling Comic-Con, basically. Yeah. Like they're going to run it the whole weekend of WrestleMania. And you have all these opportunities to meet people, and we went down a big list and everything. Cap was asking me what superstars I was interested in meeting, and after breaking it all down, I told him count me in 100% for Monday, because Monday we could go to Raw. I don't think we're gonna go to Raw.
It's still
we spend so much money.
Yeah. so like as we get there, if prices die down and
maybe.
Maybe, but obviously nothing's 100% confirmed.
But like obviously the days of Mania, I wasn't really like for going to WWE World. I was just like, I kind of just want to have that day for Mania. But I told him Monday though, there's one guy on Monday that I was like, it'd be kind of cool to meet him. So count me in for Monday 100%, and that is Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
So we're gonna meet Dom, and we got to split the price because he read the fine print. Every wrestler, you can have 4 people take a photo with them. Yeah. So you can narrow down that price, and that's what we did.
Yeah, we're going to be meeting Dominic Mysterio, taking a picture with him.
That's the only we're meeting. Yeah. He has a few for himself.
I do have a few for myself. You said you're not going Friday, right?
I think I'm just going Monday.
Yeah. So for Friday, I am actually on Saturday. I don't know I doubt you're going, but
you're not going though. You're going Sunday, I thought.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, Sunday.
Because every time I said Saturday, Sunday, you're like, I'm not going Saturday. I'm like, you know what I mean, dude.
That's right. Yeah, Sunday. Sorry, I meant Sunday. I'm meeting Joe Hendry. So obviously you're open to join us for the pic, or join me rather for the picture. Yeah. And then what was it? Friday, I'm meeting Dakota Kai.
He loves Dakota Kai, by the way. Is that the other merch you bought? He's wearing a Stephanie Vaquera shirt right now, and he told me he bought one more. He loves Cora Jade. I said Cora Jade. He said it wasn't Cora Jade. Is it Dakota Kai?
So yeah, that's the one
Dakota
of the
Kai.
So that's who I'm meeting. A Dakota Kai picture sold out, I think, same day.
So what are you doing? Oh, did you get a picture?
Photo up. For
okay,
Dakota
so you
Kai.
got it before it sold out. Got it.
Yeah, and I wanted to meet Stephanie Vaquera, but sold out when I went to go check out. So that was fun. Yeah. But I got Penta.
Miedo.
I'm going to be taking a picture with a fellow Mexican. I'm definitely excited because I've seen him wrestle
before.
You
got Penta for Friday?
Yeah.
Is it 80 on Friday to enter?
86. after fees and everything.
Wait, for Penta's price?
No, I thought you were talking about WWE World.
Penta's price was like $50, wasn't it?
No, I think it was like 75. I think.
So that'd be 110 if we were to split it. The entry,
but that was before, and that's Penta before fees, I think.
Yeah.
So I think it rounds up to like 90. I think.
Interesting.
But yeah, I'm excited to meet them both. You know,
Yeah.
a fellow Mexican, and he loves a fellow artist, Chalino Sanchez, who Papa Cap is a fan of as well. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, I get to strike up a conversation before or after our picture. But Friday, I'm definitely meeting those two for sure, and I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for more names to also be announced too. There's gonna be more names announced. I know people are waiting for like Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, just to name a few.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for sure for WWE World.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And the last wrestling update we have, I am going to be a referee in a wrestling match. If you are loyal to my channel, you might remember a video where we went to micro wrestling. And it was one of the craziest things I think we've ever been to because we brought front row for $40.
Yeah.
Which is a steal. And they offer a referee package, which we knew about the first time, but we're like, front row, let's just go. And you get so involved. No matter where you are, honestly, they were dealing with people like, 10 rows back. And so we get there, have a great time, and then Cap tells me they're coming back, same place.
Yep.
And he's like, you gonna do the referee package this time? And I was like, would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? So yeah, I'm doing it. I will be a referee. There will be a video for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. Hopefully I get to do the match with 50 Cent because he hit me on the head with a cookie sheet.
Excuse me. 25 cent.
Oh yeah, 25 cent. I honestly thought I said it right too. My bad. 25 cent hit me on the head with a cookie sheet. So I would love to be the referee for his match.
Which, by the way, they have a residency in Las Vegas. Micromania. Mm-hmm. They have a residency in Las Vegas. So if we have time,
I don't know. Our Friday's booked. Mania Saturday and Sunday is booked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I doubt. I know our itinerary.
One of my friends told me, "Hey, my kid's got a tournament in Vegas that weekend. If you want to come watch," I was like, "You want me to be honest with you, dude? Yeah. It's not looking good." I was like, "We're still like 2 months away. I already know we got 2 things on Friday, Mania Saturday and Sunday." I was like, "Dog, I'm going to tell you right now, probably not."
Yeah. Monday is honestly like our free day.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Legit. But
yeah. Vegas, all of that, it's going to be so much fun. Plus I'm going to get to gamble.
If you didn't know, Cap loves dipping his toes in the gambling.
Yeah, I'm not
I don't.
I'm not very good either, but I just love doing it.
And switching from wrestling, we've covered sports. Let's go to video games.
Oh.
Shohei is in Fortnite.
Fortnite? So the guy in Fortnite, they made it into a real baseball player?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, I actually played Fortnite for the first time in my life. I know it might be hard to believe, but never played Fortnite. I never thought it was cool when it first came out. To me, it looked very childish when it first came out. So I was like, I don't want to play this game, and never did. But then the YouTuber in me, the content creator in me, saw Shohei was coming to Fortnite. You know me, baseball creator, and Fortnite very popular. I was like, maybe this is finally the time to play Fortnite. And so I did. With Shohei, we ran trios, me, Cap, and Javi. And what happened?
We won.
First match ever in Fortnite for me. Won.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah, and they let me get the last kill. They were like, you get him.
Yeah, it was me, you, and Javi in the first game.
Yeah.
And then Papa Cap, for some reason, yelled at Javi.
Told him to get off.
I don't know how that happened, but it did happen.
Yeah.
And then we tried to go run duos, just me and you.
Didn't work.
And then I told you I wasn't good, and I came through, like not lying. And then, surprisingly enough, we died to Eminem.
Yep.
In Fortnite,
which is Shorty's hero.
His emails like after him too.
I don't remember what it is. But
I don't want to say it either. But I doubt people are gonna figure it out. But still, nonetheless.
Yeah, and then
he
got on with us. We ran trios, and I thought we were dead in the water. I did, And if you didn't know, in Fortnite, you can revive people if you get their card, and you take it to a little van.
I forgot the name of
the reboot van.
The reboot. There we go. Yeah.
And then you put it in, and then they're revived. And so I had died. Shortsy had died, and so we're like, chalk it, bro. We lost. And Cap revived us both. Shortsy went to the bathroom, so Shortsy ended up just dying again.
Yeah.
But he revived us. We made it to the final 5, and it was me, Cap, versus and 3. Another trio, and we're like, dude, okay, we have a chance. Shortsy's like, you guys aren't winning. No way. But they were all in the storm.
Yeah,
so they all died.
Because the circle went literally from one end to the other, and we were walking across.
Yeah, we were fine. We were chilling. But that entire trio died in the storm, and we won. It was a huge comeback.
I know, which is crazy. In my head, all I could just think is, I need a hero.
No, literally.
And it's funny, too, because Shorts was like, at the end, Shorts had 2 kills. You had 1, and I had 0.
Yeah.
And my 0 kills and my gameplay was much more impactful than the way he played.
Yeah.
And it was because of me that we won, if you think about it.
Strategy. It works and helps you win that game.
Yeah, I do wish we had Jeff, though, because I wanted to hear.
Leroy!
Comes up! They do that. Leroy! Jenkins! It was okay, but Jeff does it better.
Ever since we recorded that video, I have not touched it since.
So you're 2-1.
2-1, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, and another video game update. I love this. You have played this game, but not as much as me.
Oh, I know.
Minecraft just got a crazy update.
Oh, I did hear about this, yeah.
And I'm so stoked. And it might get me into my 2-week Minecraft phase because everybody goes through it. There is now friendly ghast. So, do you know what the ghast are? The big ghost things in the nether that go and they shoot fireballs at you?
Oh, it's the big white ghosts in the nether? They got
like little tentacles. Yeah.
And
they go and they shoot fireballs at you. So now there's an update where there's little baby ghast. They're like dried out in the nether. They're like a little small block. And if you break it and you take it back to the overworld and you pour water on it, then it comes back to life. But it's happy. It's not trying to kill you. So it becomes like a little pet. And you can put a harness on them and you can ride them. It's amazing.
So I'm not a Minecraft player like you, but I'm happy for you. I've tried playing it. I've tried playing it, but it's just not for me.
Yeah.
But I thought the update that you were going to be talking about
I literally opened TikTok. It's the first thing.
I thought it was going to be like the graphics with the shadows and the
shaders.
Yeah, I think that's what it's
People
called.
would probably kill me, but I've never played with shaders ever.
I barely played the game.
Yeah. But let me pull it up. I'm going to show you exactly, and I know how quickly I can get to it because I just sent it to Shortsy like 2 days ago. And we are going to have it. Okay, maybe not as fast as... Oh, here we go. Look at that, dude.
What? Dude, that reminds me of like Appa from like the last last Airbender.
Dude, and you can walk on them. Like you can like put them in park and then walk on them.
You put them in park? What are they? Freaking 4-wheel drive, like 8-liter engine?
You can literally build with them. You can literally just...
Angels walked it off.
Yes, they did.
Dodgers suck. Anyway.
Yeah, Angels just made a comeback against the Dodgers. Doesn't count because of spring training, but yeah. Anyways.
Back to Minecraft.
Yeah. So I am stoked. That's like one of the coolest updates I've seen in a long time. So I might get back into my 2-week phase.
Well, 2 weeks sometimes turns to like 6 months.
Well, no, that's a trend of Minecraft. People call it the 2-week phase because you play for 2 weeks and then you get bored and then 6 months goes by and then you want to play again and then you play another 2 weeks and then you get bored again. Because Minecraft can never get old because it's unlimited because you can do whatever you want. You can build whatever you want.
Anything? Can you make a car in Minecraft?
Yeah.
Can you make a baseball team?
Yeah.
Can you make Japan?
It'd take a long time, but yeah.
Can you make a sandwich?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, and I'm very excited. I think Shortsy's going to listen to this podcast. He's going to beg me to get on Minecraft, and I'm probably not going to hop on instantly. I do want to play, but, I do adulting. We all do. And so I won't be able to spend like a whole day just doing it, but maybe like I'll find a phase where I'm like, let's play. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and I know everybody's excited about opening day.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about the Minecraft movie.
Oh, the Minecraft movie is coming out. I do want to get a group of our friends to go watch it because a lot of our friends play Minecraft, and I don't think it's gonna happen, which sucks because I don't know why all of a sudden we all went to go see Five Nights at Freddy's as a group
I know.
when none of us played it.
None of us played the game,
but I guarantee no one's gonna be down to go see the Minecraft movie. And I'm like, dude, we all have had great memories on Minecraft.
Yeah,
I know the movie's gonna suck.
I'll see it on a Friday with you guys. Maybe not Thursday.
I'm not
gonna
see it
midnight.
opening Friday because it's opening day for us at home.
Yeah, but I won't pull a short scene. Go Thursday at 10 p.m.
Why not?
If
If it's a good enough movie, I'll do it. In this case,
I'll definitely go with you guys Friday. But
so you're gonna miss the game.
Oh, that's
it releases on that day.
Well, Angel Stadium's not that far from.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, honestly, we could.
Yeah,
we could just after the game just go right there. Yeah,
but you're just gonna have to give a brief history of Minecraft to Papa Cap when
Oh yeah.
You got it.
Blocks and shit.
Blocks and shit. Yeah.
I am building Minecraft.
But to continue, opening day.
Opening day, yes. Obviously, we have addressed that earlier, but I think let's just go down the first day of opening day and predict winners and losers. What do you say?
Yeah, the third day of opening day after the Japan series.
For the Dodgers and Cubs.
Yeah, here stateside. Opening day.
For everybody else, our first games. Angels, White Sox.
Oh, God.
Now, I know we're bad, but the White Sox are really freaking bad.
I would agree with you, except last season, they beat us in that series.
They swept us in the final
Exactly.
series.
So I would love to agree with you, but it's kind of hard to.
Look, I know how bad they were last year, 121 losses. I believe we can beat them. We should be able to beat them, but every time we start on the road, we usually lose the first one. I feel like the home team's just on a high, like we have to win for our team.
Yeah, that's what happened last year. Angels were in Oakland, and remember that Renfro play where he was twisted up?
No look.
Exactly. And we lost that series.
That was 2 years ago because we saw Ohtani. Ohtani pitched that ball.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't remember where we were last year, but I'm sure we lost.
Probably in Oakland again.
But yeah, against the White Sox, I say Angels win.
The first game?
First game.
Okay, for each series, if we're doing first game, it'll be close, but I do think we win.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be a thing.
Next one. Wow, he's getting his comeback immediately, huh? Brewers and Yankees. I'm sure Nestor's not pitching that day, but I didn't think it'd be that fast for Nestor to see his former team. But Brewers and Yankees.
I think it's Rodon and Freddie Peralta.
Would make sense. Yeah, Garrett Cole, Tommy John.
Yeah.
I'm going Yankees.
They're
both good.
But it's also a day game.
Yeah.
Most of these games are day
12:05. Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Well, 12:05 our time.
Right. So, Yankee, yeah. I mean, it's their first game since the World Series. When obviously not counting spring training.
No.
Yeah, I think Yankees are definitely going to win for sure.
Orioles, Blue Jays.
Do you know who the start? I'm gonna need the starters for some of these guys. But if I had to guess, who was it? Barrios maybe, and would you say?
Orioles.
Eflin.
Zach Eflin.
Eflin.
I'm going Orioles.
Yeah.
I think the bats are just too much.
Yeah, definitely Orioles. They did lose Santander though, so but he's on the Blue Jays.
To that team. Dude, is everybody gonna have their comeback the first series of the year? Yeah. Next up is Boston and Texas. It's Crochet versus Eovaldi.
Oh, yeah. I love Eovaldi. He's a dog, but yeah, I'm definitely going to go with Boston. Jaron Duran.
Same.
Wait, is it in Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Jaron Duran, all-star game.
That is true.
So, yeah, he's definitely going to ball up there.
Yeah. That Red Sox lineup, I feel, is very underrated. I think the whole team is underrated.
I agree. I agree with you there.
Jaron Duran, Tristan Casas, Alex Bregman, Rafael Devers. Those are just the ones that come straight to my head. And Garrett Crochet on the mound, finally playing for a team that could give him some meaning because I'm sure he didn't really feel that with the White Sox.
It's basically Chris Sale 2.0.
That's literally what I thought of when he got traded. I was like a lefty switching socks. Like, it's same vibe. But yeah, Red Sox. So far, we're in agreement. We have not disagreed once. And I don't think we're going to disagree on this one. Phillies Nationals. Mackenzie Gore versus Zach Wheeler.
I'm going to be honest. I think I saw Mackenzie Gore pitch when I went to Philly last year. It was I think it was like a 2-1 game. So he pitched good. But it's Philly.
Who'd he face?
Philly.
Oh.
It was Washington against Philly.
Either way, I'm saying Philly.
Yeah.
Lineup's too heavy.
And plus, Wheeler is literally a Cy Young candidate.
Zach Wheeler might be the most underrated pitcher in the game. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, which is crazy because,
he's always in the Cy Young conversation, but has never won a Cy Young.
Yeah.
And then he's always a dog in playoffs.
And usually you see him under Aaron Nola, but it's nice to see now that it's going to be Wheeler.
It
over
should
Nola.
be. It should be. So far we're in agreement. Guardians Royals. This might be our first split.
Who's gonna? It's Cole Reagans.
It's Bybee versus Reagans.
I love Cole Reagans. So I'm gonna go with Kansas City here.
I was gonna say Guardians until I looked at the starters, and I'm gonna say Kansas City because I think Cole Reagans is a dog. I have Cole Reagans winning AL Cy Young this year, so
that's not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all.
So I think that's what we're gonna see. I think they are gonna take it, Kansas City.
Plus, Bybee just signed an extension.
He did 5 years.
Get in the bag.
New York Mets and Astros. I'm getting a call from Cowboy Jeff right now.
Ooh, I think you should answer it.
Okay. Hello, we're in the middle of the podcast. Is this podcast safe?
I'm sorry, dude. Hey, dude, can you do me a favor?
What's up?
Hey, dude, can you text your boy Mike to go to a certain seat? Because my sister and my dad left some sunglasses there, dude. I'm not even joking. Hey, there was a seat they left. We just left the stadium.
Yeah.
You think you could do that? Can you tell Mike maybe? Is that possible?
Yeah, I'll try.
I don't know if it's possible, but I'm gonna text you the where we sat.
Okay.
And maybe Mike could go down there. I don't know.
All right,
bro. Sorry.
All good.
All right, bye.
See it.
Hey, don't text Mike.
Did he check at the fridge? Do you
with the milk?
Do
I get the reference? No, I don't.
When Jeff and Soup and Card Shop and Benny were going to Vegas and they went to go pick up Jeff and he was like, I can't find my wallet. He looked everywhere. And you know where it was?
The fridge.
The fridge.
One question, one word. Why?
Don't know. Yeah, I will text Mike
Garrett Anderson
for you, but after we get through these opening day predictions.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be there for a while.
Yeah.
Mets Astros.
I feel like the Astros downgraded. Not a lot.
I forgot Clay Holmes is their opening day starter.
I saw one of his recent stat lines, 5 1/3. I think he struck out 6, gave up 3 hits. I believe in Clay Holmes.
All right. This is a tough one because the Astros aren't what they used to be. They're still good, but they're not what they used to be. I think Mets. Yeah. I think they're going to ride on momentum of the Juan Soto signing. They still got a lot of other good bats. I think them getting Pete Alonso.
God, what a name.
Sorry, Pete Soto is a buddy, TikToker. He does Sunday League content. Pete Alonso back in that lineup was huge for them.
But
because they needed another big bat to be there with Soto.
But Astros also got a good first baseman in Christian Walker.
They did with Christian Walker. That pissed me off because I was like, dude, they just lost another piece. And then they signed him, and I was like, they just replaced it. Damn it.
And then they got Paredes, who's probably going to be playing either third or second. Yeah,
but they also lost Kyle Tucker and Alex Bregman.
They lost Tucker, and then Altuve's moving
and
to
Verlander.
Left. Verlander's in San Fran, yeah. So, yeah, I agree. It's not the team that they were 5 years ago, 6 years ago, but...
they still got pieces.
They're definitely still one of the favorites to win the division.
So, but we're both saying Mets, though?
Mets, 100%.
Right. Reds, Giants.
Reds, Giants.
Logan Webb and Hunter Green.
I love Hunter Green, man. I love Hunter Green. Definitely a dark horse for Cy Young.
I think both of these teams are dark horses in general.
Yeah.
I'm going Reds. I think them getting Terry Francona as their manager is huge. Mm-hmm. He's obviously a proven manager. And I think that lineup is low-key underrated. I think there's a lot of guys. I think both of these teams are underrated, if you ask me. But I think there's a lot of guys in this lineup. Matt McClain, getting Gavin Lux there, Ellie De La Cruz, Heimer Candelario. There's a lot of guys in that lineup that can mash and don't get the attention that I think they deserve.
They did also lose Jonathan India.
They did.
Which reminds me, we have Robert Stevenson.
We do.
So it'd be nice to see him in.
Yeah, too bad his first year on his 2-year contract was wasted because he was injured. Oh, it was 3? Okay.
Anyway, back to the Reds versus Giants. I don't know, man. Jung-Hoo Lee coming back.
He's not there for opening day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a huge reason why I said Reds.
Okay, well, they got Willie Adames.
They did.
They did get Willie Adames. They have a great catcher in Patrick Bailey.
They do.
Matt Chapman, great defensive glove. He always has a weird hot start, Matt Chapman.
Yeah.
Remember I think it was 2 years ago, he had a hot start.
I think Matt Chapman's just a streaky player in general.
I agree. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say Logan Webb, he prevails, and he's definitely gonna give a strong outing. Is this in Cincinnati or
Cincinnati?
Yeah, I think he's gonna do well on the road.
Okay, that's our first difference right there. Atlanta and San Diego, another one where a player who signed somewhere else is immediately facing his former team. Yes,
he's hurt.
I thought he came back. I know he got hurt in spring training, but I thought he came back like a week later.
If he's back, well then
that's another one.
Yeah.
But I'm going Braves. The Braves are fully healthy again, and we saw them last year with a lot of injuries, and I think people are gonna find out how good those Braves are because I think a lot of people forgot.
Yeah.
So
Acuna shouldn't be ready, right? He should be ready by like May or June, I think.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be. Either way,
and
still,
Strider's coming back.
Strider's coming back.
So let's see, from third to first, you got Austin Riley,
Arcia, Albies, Olsen,
and Olsen. Sean
Crazy.
Murphy
Sean
hurt
Murphy.
again.
He is.
He actually, I did see. Like I remember, he's gonna start on the IL. So I don't know who their catcher is, if I'm being honest.
They lost Darno. We have him now, so I don't know.
As a backup / like veteran presence, so that's good. But the outfield, Soler was with San Fran, and then that's who we got in the trade.
They have Kelenic in left. Michael Harrison center. It's supposed to be Acuna on right, but who knows who it is right now.
Yeah, who knows? And then you said San Diego?
San Diego, yep.
Where they haven't scored in 24 innings. But Dylan Cease, you got Darvish.
Yeah, it's Michael King, the first hit.
Michael King, wow.
Yeah.
He actually had a really great year last year from what I saw. Tatis, obviously, you got him right. Merrill coming off a rookie, if it wasn't for Paul Skeens,
second place, rookie of the year
campaign. I don't know who's in left now. That Profar.
I know Profar's gone. So,
well, I guess we'll find out. But
Manny.
Where is it in? Atlanta?
No more Ha-Seong Kim either. No, it's in San Diego.
Is Ha-Seong Kim signed with somebody? Tampa, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna say Atlanta.
Okay, another split.
I'm gonna say.
No. I said Atlanta too. What am I saying? Yeah, we both said Atlanta.
Yeah. So, who started? Chris Sale and
Michael King.
Yeah, Chris Sale.
Yeah.
Coming off a Cy Young campaign.
Yeah.
So
applause to that because he did it late in his career.
Yeah, first one too.
Yeah.
First one as well. Yeah.
Next up is Pittsburgh and Miami.
I don't know. Jesus Sanchez is coming off one of the best years of his career. We also got
Pirates are winning for one reason and one reason only. Paul Skeens.
Isaiah.
Opening day against Miami, who is a bottom of the barrel team, which I can say that because my team is a bottom of the barrel team. But
I guess if we had to say someone, Pittsburgh,
dog. Paul Skeens is gonna embarrass them, and it's in Miami too.
Oh,
so that attendance is already low. If I were you, don't even bother.
Which the Bananas sold out at Lone Depot Park.
Yeah, so they proved Miami can draw a crowd. Your team just has to be good.
Yeah,
that's it. Next up, Twins Cardinals.
That one's Sonny Gray, right?
Sonny Gray and Pablo Lopez. Good matchup.
Yeah, it's a very good matchup. Buxton obviously going to be healthy. Royce Lewis should be ready to go. Correa.
He did hurt himself.
Going to first base, I did see that. But like I said, apparently from what I heard, the injury shouldn't be too alarming or serious. Yeah. But St. Louis, they still have Arenado, surprisingly. Which
after all those trade talks
with Houston, that was like the big one.
And New York Yankees.
Okay.
They were involved too. But I'm going Twins. Lineup's healthy. I think they're underrated. They're underrated every year.
Where's it in?
St. Louis.
I don't know, man. Tommy Edman is
gone.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's in LA. I
was like, is not a Cardinal?
That's right. Who am I thinking of? Oh, Brendan Donovan.
Yeah.
Brendan Donovan is the guy I'm thinking of.
Different pale guy.
Yeah. Alec Burleson. They also got. You know what? I'm gonna go with St. Louis.
Okay.
Sonny Gray, great pitcher. He had some iffy years in New York, but these last couple of years he's been great. So
oh God, here's another one that should be pretty easy. Dodgers and Tigers. Now Tigers are underrated too, I would say, but the Dodgers are just kind of unfair at this point.
Yeah.
So
I think Yamamoto should be starting that.
No, he started.
No, but I saw that he was going to start.
They're going to turn him around that quick? No, well, Blake Snell.
Blake Snell?
Yeah.
Oh, because I saw no.
Oh, but it is Scooball.
That's why.
If there's anybody that can make it a game, Scooball will make it a game.
Yeah, literally coming off a Cy Young.
Yeah, but season. I'm still going to say Dodgers. It's too crazy of a team.
That could have been a potential World Series matchup too.
It could have.
Which was wild. Yeah. You know what? And it's a day game too. Last time.
4. So like afternoon.
4 here?
Yeah.
Last time the Dodgers played a day game in LA, they lost against the Mets. So that's why I was kind of hoping if it was a day game. Technically, I guess 4 p.m.
It is, but like it's not.
You know what? I think Snell's gonna get roughed up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Detroit.
He always has a cold start, and he just gets hotter and hotter as the year goes on.
To be fair, though, last season it was only because he signed really late. True. If I remember.
True.
So that was really the only issue.
Cubs and Diamondbacks.
Cubs 0-2 to start the season.
I actually view both of these teams very similar to each other.
Is it Burns versus Imanaga?
It is Burns versus Steele.
Justin Steele,
which is crazy because he pitched the second game in Japan. Or no. Gallen versus Steele.
I thought Burns was getting the opening day nod.
Gallen says right here.
Wow.
Yep, Zach Gallen. I'm gonna go Diamondbacks. Both of these teams underrated. They both have very solid lineups, but I don't know. I think these Diamondbacks are gonna surprise a lot of people. Jake McCarthy, Corbin Carroll.
Carroll's hopefully coming off that sophomore slump type season.
Yeah,
that wasn't really good for him and card collectors.
Yeah. Eugenio, another good one. Ketel Marte.
Perdomo signed an extension not too long ago, I think.
Yeah, but that Cubs team's also very solid.
Yeah, they obviously got Kyle Tucker.
Dansby.
They lost Bellinger, but they have Dansby, you're right.
Yeah.
Matt Shaw just made his major league debut.
Yep.
Which, be on the lookout for that 1/1 MLB debut patch autograph.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Cubs. They're after starting off 0-2 in the season, they're gonna bounce back, and I definitely think they're gonna take their first dub.
All right, another split, and the final game, a division matchup: Seattle versus the A's.
Oh, low key Oakland. I mean, they got Luis Severino, which
who's Oakland?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just the Athletics this year.
Just the Athletics. You're right. Thank you for correcting me. The Athletics got Severino.
They did. Who was the opening day starter?
Yeah,
against Logan Gilbert.
I remember when Severino signed
in the stadium tour.
Yeah,
of the minor league stadium, and he's like, "All right,
yeah."
Highest played player, I believe, in their history.
Yeah, which is crazy because you talk about someone like Ricky Henderson who's played for the team.
Yeah, but you know how different money was back then.
Yeah, but still, even if you were to count for inflation, it's crazy.
But I agree with you. I think the A's are going to surprise a lot of
Seattle,
people
right?
this year. Yeah,
but Logan Gilbert, he's such a nasty pitcher.
He is,
and they got Randy J-Rod in the outfield and Victor Robles.
J-Rod also is going to be coming off a sophomore slump.
Yeah,
compared to his first year.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't know. These A's, I feel like they are playing with a chip on their shoulder. I feel like just like the fans, they didn't want to leave Oakland.
No.
They hated that they were going through that. They hate this weird waiting process for Vegas. And they are just like, you know what? We've gone through hell as a team, and that's going to shape them. That's going to make them perform to a higher level. Brent Rooker, Lawrence Butler. Who else?
Who got extended?
Yes, Zach Galoff, Seth Brown.
Max Muncy.
He did make the opening day roster.
That's right.
He did. They added Gio Urshela, who is solid. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people, and I think they are going to start it off right away. So
I
I'm
agree.
saying Athletics.
I'm going to agree with you there. Seattle, don't get me wrong, great pitching. Obviously, you got Logan Gilbert.
This is the first game, but they underwhelm every year.
Yeah.
Like, they have such high expectations, and they never meet them.
Yeah.
So,
remember Justin Turner? Who did he just sign with?
Oh yeah, he said after analyzing their offseason and them making no moves.
After being one game out of the playoffs.
Yeah. He's like, wow, so you guys aren't even going to try?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go sign somewhere else.
Yeah, he got traded from Toronto to Seattle last season, so.
He was willing to stay.
He was?
The team just needed to show they wanted to win. They didn't.
Shout out to former Angels GM Jerry DiPoto for doing nothing.
Yeah, what was his biggest move? Did he do
us?
Pujols?
I want to say Pujols and Hamilton, CJ Wilson.
Yeah. Now we have Perry, who I like Perry.
I do too.
Perry, the biggest move he's made is Rendon, unfortunately. Or was he Rendon?
I don't know, because Rendon was.
Oh, no. He came after Rendon.
Yeah, the World Series and everything. 19. I would say his. And I guess in regards to trade, he did get us Giolito.
And O'Hoppe.
He got us O'Hoppe.
Yeah.
But you lost Brandon Marsh.
I did lose Brandon Marsh. And I was really starting to like Brandon Marsh, and then we traded him. I'd say he's my favorite player off of the Angels is Brandon Marsh. But, yeah, I love Perry. I think he's trying his best with what Artie's allowing him to do.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah.
And he when he started making moves, he made the moves that we needed to make. And he had explanations for his moves too. We heard from him. He gave a reason. That 1 year where he signed all bullpen, it felt like he signed a guy who threw up here, a guy who threw here, a guy who threw
different
submarine.
arm slots, yeah.
And he's like, I want different arm angles coming out of the bullpen. I'm like, I've never heard our GMs give a reason to their signings until this guy. And I was like, I like that. And he always tried his best. He still does to add a power bat to help Mike Trout. We've seen Hunter Renfroe. He added him for a year. We have Jorge Soler this year, who I am hoping is going to be so good. He's been great in spring training.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, he's been really good.
We signed Miguel Sano. That was another power bat. He tried to help protect Mike Trout. And hopefully all this, Mike Trout moving to right field, that's another thing that happened during our podcast break. Hopefully that all protects Mike Trout. Hopefully Mike Trout stays healthy. I'm hoping by the good word of Bobby Crosby, because Bobby said 2 weeks ago that Mike Trout's going to play 140 games this year, and he's going to win his 4th MVP. So, Bobby, I hope you're right.
To piggyback off what you said about Perry, I agree. Yeah, he's trying to do the best with what he has.
Yeah.
Playing with the cards that he's dealt with.
Yeah.
So far, as an Angel fan, I'm not even talking about business-wise.
Yeah.
The biggest move he's made is just recently by trading away Jose Suarez. Which is crazy, because us Angel fans... We know the amount of despair and tragedy he's brought to the organization.
Here's how you can relate. Your favorite team. I'm sure there's a player that you have grown to just not like. You really don't want him on your team. For us, that was Jose Suarez. Every single time that man touched a baseball, something bad was happening.
Yep.
And we were just we went through a lot of cutting this offseason. And we were like, why is the one guy not cut Jose Suarez?
Yeah.
And we still didn't cut him. We traded him, but he's gone. He is gone.
And we got back Ian Anderson. I said, one season wonder.
Correct.
But I have high hopes for him.
Same.
I'm excited for him.
I'd rather see what could happen with him than watch Jose Suarez for another season.
Exactly. So I'm excited. Also, I'm pretty sure you saw what's the lady's name who does the reporting for the Angels? Erica Weston.
Yeah.
Weston. She tweeted that Kachenkowicz?
Jack Kohanowitz, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. It was the fifth starter.
Yeah, the fifth starter.
And Reed's in the bullpen.
I know that.
Talk about a fall from grace.
Our first round pick in 2020, the pandemic draft.
See, and that was one of the first things Perry did too. He knew immediately we needed pitching, and he said, "Okay, draft a pitcher." They're like, "Okay, what about the next round?" No. Every round.
That was, I think, the 2021 draft, because the pandemic draft in 2020, everybody was limited to, I think, 5 rounds? 10 rounds? So, that draft where it was either all pitchers or all but one pitchers.
I think it was all. Yeah, all pitchers.
And then this last draft that we had, Christian Moore.
Christian Moore, baby. I think we would have heard already if he was going to make the opening day team. Yeah, but soon.
Yeah. Hopefully maybe a mid-season call-up, because it depends. Because right now we have Rengifo at third. At least that's what it's going to look like for opening day.
Yeah. Second, Tim Anderson.
Tim Anderson.
Well, actually, because Neto's not ready yet.
No, that's right. I was going to say Kevin Newman might take short, because
we really don't want Christian Moore doing that. Are you sure, Perry?
Because I guess also plus if you don't call them up for the opening day roster, it doesn't count towards their MLB service.
Oh, smart.
So that way, technically, you have them longer.
Smart.
So
we need everything we can get, and we're supposed to have a really good look. We have the number 2 pick coming up this July, and if things go the way everything's projected, we're either getting Ethan Holiday or Jace Laviati, I think is how you say his name. He plays for Texas A&M, and dude has started the year hot. So we just drafted a dog last year with Christian Moore. From what he did in the College World Series, from how he started in AA to he's not even in AAA yet. From high A to AA, he immediately started killing it.
I think he only played 2 games in AA.
Yeah, I was gonna try and see him.
You were,
and then I literally had to eat those tickets.
Yeah,
I was like, well, that sucks.
I think he played 2 games, and I think it was like a Tuesday and Wednesday, and you had tickets for like a Friday, I think.
Something like that. And then he immediately went to Alabama, Rocket City.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that'll have to wait. But I did get to see him in a private prospect game, which was really cool. Got to take a picture with him. And I cannot wait to see him, and I really hope we don't screw up that second pick. This is a great window for, I mean, like, obviously when we had Trout and Ohtani, I had hope every year because we had Trout and Ohtani. Mm-hmm. But ever since we've lost Ohtani, it's hard to have hope.
Yeah.
But I feel like our window is going to completely close if we do not figure something out soon. I mean, we never had a window, but like the window to like turn everything around.
Yeah.
And I feel like this draft pick coming up, especially after drafting Christian Moore, if Christian Moore plays the way we all think he should play, and whoever this guy we draft in July, if he is just on that same mentality as Christian Moore, I think we could get our fortunes starting to turn. So
yes, entering this season, I personally, like, for the first time in a while, I don't have high hopes for the team this year. Yeah. I see them as like a 3rd, 4th place team.
That was me last year. As soon as we lost Ohtani, I'm like, where's the hope? Like,
yeah, when we went to opening day last year, that grand slam by Ohapi, which I believe we lost that game too.
We did.
When he hit that grand slam, I was like, oh my God, Angels baseball's back.
Yeah.
And then a week later it died.
Yep.
So for the first time, like,
and that was against an okay Red Sox team.
Yeah. And Trevor Story got hurt in that game.
He did.
So,
and now we're starting this year against the Guardians, who I think this Guardians team is better than the Red Sox team we played last year. So, yay.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah, no. And I also hate the MLB schedule makers because we always start on the road. And by the time
Baltimore was last year. That's what it was. Angels were in Baltimore, remember?
Oh, to start the year.
Yeah,
we got destroyed.
Because we were talking about the Renfro play, and then last year was Baltimore, and we got smoked. But Trout homered, so that was fun.
Oh, he was the first home run of the year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not fun. That sucked.
I remember I asked you too, like, are you gonna go? You go. It's kind of hard to like go to a stadium that I've never been to, and your team's playing, and if they lose, it's even worse.
Yeah, no, I will always stand by that, especially if there's like anything riding on it, like opening day. Like, yeah, it's opening day, I'm gonna see my team, but like if I fly across the country to see my team on opening day and they get mutilated, that's gonna suck. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm glad I saved that money. And speaking of things that got mutilated, Shortsy's knee. This will be our closing topic.
It got obliterated.
Yeah, Shortsy, red shorts, softball,
hazel eyes,
recently was on the mound pitching, and second batter of the game had a comebacker right at him, hit by Soup, and
just above the knee,
smoked his knee.
Yeah,
and he kept telling Javi he was wrong, but Javi was actually right. Shortsy's glove did change the direction of that softball, just barely. Mm-hmm. He literally got it in front of where it was going. It nicked the bottom of his glove and just slightly altered the direction. It was headed for the family jewels. If Shortsy's glove did not be where it was, it went and it went straight to his knee.
So his voice would have been raised like
higher,
just a little bit.
Yeah, but
wow.
Yeah, he. My goodness, my first reaction was, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Literally, that's what I would say.
My first reaction was, I heard Soup go, no one's got the ball. And then I went to go get the ball. And I was like, oh, he's hurt.
Yeah.
He's hurt. And like yeah, it was a scary sight for sure.
Yeah.
My first instinct was like, okay, I'm glad he's not dead.
Yeah.
If it was somewhere more, concerning for his health,
Yeah.
I definitely would have been,
distraught. Like getting drilled in the mouth.
I would have known.
I would.
Yeah. But like I said, Shortsy, he's fine. He's not, missing any bones, so that's good for him. Yeah. I was kind of shocked too, because if it was me, I probably would have asked for an ambulance. If I'm being honest.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't know if I would have been able to get up. I don't know.
Yeah. He didn't, and Bobby asked. Bobby said, "You need an ambulance?" He's like, "No,
no." And yeah, he's a tough son of a bitch. I'll give him that. He wore it, and because of him getting hurt, 100% that cost us the game.
Yeah, that was a big bat missing from our lineup.
And who got to bat cleanup?
Yeah, I remember you were like, "Excuse me."
Bobby goes, "Cap, fourth," and I look at you immediately, and I go, "Like, huh? Like me?"
We only lost by like 4.
4.
I'm sure if Shortsy was playing, it would have been different.
And the difference maker was that
scoreboard shot by Kirsch. If that doesn't happen, we win by 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many factors in that game, and Shortsy.
Yep.
I was gonna ask him too if he wanted to pinch hit, but he did. I mean, technically, he did hit this past weekend.
He did. Yeah. So
and that video is gonna be interesting for. More reasons than one.
Softball's back, baseball's back, Mania hype is building, the podcast is back, so you guys need to subscribe. Welcome Cap to season 3 as my new co-host. We're gonna try and have Mobo in here as soon as possible. We'll talk with him and have anything you guys want to know answered. Leave a comment, and have a great day. Welcome back. Benchwarmers, hope you guys had a good time. Hope you have a better day. And Cap, anything you want to say?
I just want to say thank you for having me on the pod.
I'm not having you on. You are on the pod now.
Thank you for
a part of the pod.
For making me a part of the pod. I'm excited.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking baseball, sports, entertainment, anything and everything in between. I'm excited for the future because, I love talking about all this stuff.
Yep.
And I love bringing the benchwarmers on here, and feel free to leave comments down below because we want to interact with you guys. And
next time we need to do that earlier.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
I know the algorithm of YouTube. If it's not in the first 2 minutes, then you guys.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but I'm excited.
See you in episode 103. Every Thursday, you get the audio on Spotify and Apple at 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
I haven't done this in a long time.
Standard Time. Yeah.
Pacific Standard Time, and then the video comes out on Friday. Same time, 7 a.m. So enjoy your day. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. And we're back, baby. Let's go. See you later.
Adios.